What if I told you that one simple ritual, done every single day, could completely transform your future? Picture this. You're in your 50s or 60s, perhaps feeling like the years are slipping by, wondering if there's more to life than the routine you've settled into. Maybe you're retired or you're approaching it, and there's this quiet voice inside asking, is this all there is? I want you to imagine waking up each morning with a renewed sense of purpose, clarity, and quiet joy that carries you through the day. I'm not talking about drastic changes, like uprooting your life or chasing impossible dreams. No, this is about a gentle, intentional act, a small daily ritual that reshapes how you think, how you feel, and ultimately, how you live. Let me pull you in with a story that might feel familiar. A few years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting Susan, a 62-year-old retiree from a small town in Ohio. Susan had spent decades as a schoolteacher, raising her kids and caring for her family. But after retirement, she felt lost, stuck in a cycle of empty days, watching TV, and wondering where her spark had gone. She confided in me that she felt invisible, like her best contributions were behind her. Then, almost by accident, she stumbled upon a daily ritual that changed everything. It wasn't magic. It was consistent, quiet effort. Today, Susan is thriving. She started a blog, sharing her life lessons. She's traveling with old friends to places she's always dreamed of, and most importantly, she feels alive again, full of purpose. If you're nodding along, thinking this sounds like you or someone you know, stay with me. Because today, I'm going to share that very ritual, the one daily practice that can do the same for you, no matter where you are in life. This ritual is what I call the morning reflection. It's a straightforward 10 to 15-minute practice you weave into your morning routine, designed specifically for folks like us in our middle years and beyond. It's not about adding more to your plate or pushing yourself to exhaustion. Instead, it's a nurturing space you create for yourself to set intentions, align your actions with your values, and gently nurture your inner spirit. Think of it as a daily gift to yourself, one that builds over time, compounding like interest in a savings account, leading to a richer, more fulfilling future. We'll break it down into 3 core steps, each building on the last. I'll explain why it works, share vivid examples, and tell you about real people who've transformed their lives with it. By the end, you'll see how this can fit seamlessly into your day and why it's worth trying. The first step is to begin your day by reflecting on gratitude. Take a moment, perhaps with your morning coffee or tea in hand, to write down 3 things you're truly grateful for. These don't need to be monumental achievements. Keep it simple and heartfelt. It could be the comfort of your favorite chair, the sound of birds outside your window, a loving memory of a grandchild's laugh, or even the fact that you woke up healthy today. The key is sincerity. Let it come from the heart. Why does this matter? Well, as we age, it's easy to focus on what's missing, the aches, the losses, the what-ifs. But gratitude shifts that lens. Research from positive psychology shows it rewires our brains, boosting mood-regulating chemicals and reducing stress. It helps us appreciate the abundance already in our lives, creating a foundation of positivity that influences everything else. Let me illustrate with a story about Tom, a 55-year-old high school teacher from London. Tom was at a breaking point. Years of dealing with rowdy classrooms and administrative pressures had left him burnout and cynical. He dreaded Mondays, felt disconnected from his family, and even questioned his career choice. One evening, after a particularly tough day, he heard about starting with gratitude. Skeptical at first, he tried it the next morning. He jotted down the loyalty of my old dog, a good night's sleep, and my wife's supportive smile. It felt awkward, but he stuck with it. Over the next few weeks, something shifted. Tom noticed he was more patient with his students, finding joy in their small victories. At home, conversations flowed easier. Within a couple months, he reported feeling lighter, more resilient. Gratitude didn't erase his challenges, but gave him a buffer, a daily reminder of the good amidst the chaos. And the best part? It's effortless once it becomes habit. So, if you're feeling weighed down by daily worries, start here. This step alone can turn your outlook from scarcity to abundance, paving the way for deeper changes. Once you've grounded yourself in gratitude, move to the second step. Setting one clear intention for the day. This isn't a laundry list of tasks or errands. That can come later. Instead, choose a single guiding principle or focus that aligns with who you want to be. For example, it might be today, I'll approach conversations with kindness and patience. Or, I'll take one small step toward organizing my garden. Or even, I'll prioritize my well-being by saying no to unnecessary stress. Write it down. Say aloud if it helps, and let it be your North Star. This step is powerful because in our busy lives, even in retirement, we often react to the day rather than shape it. Setting an intention gives you agency, a sense of control that can be incredibly empowering as we navigate the uncertainties of aging. It keeps you aligned with your values, preventing drift and fostering growth. To make this vivid, let's talk about Margaret, a 67-year-old widow and grandmother from Sydney, Australia. After her husband passed away 5 years ago, Margaret felt adrift. Her days blurred together in a haze of loneliness and routine chores. She missed the structure and companionship of her married life. Then, a friend suggested trying daily intentions. Margaret started small. Her first was, today, I'll reach out to an old friend. That led to a phone call, which sparked a lunch date. Another day, I'll explore a new hobby. She signed up for a local watercolor class, hesitant but hopeful. As weeks turned to months, these intentions built momentum. She formed new friendships in her art group, rediscovered her creativity, and even planned a solo trip to the countryside. Margaret tells me now that those daily intentions were like breadcrumbs leading her out of grief toward a vibrant new chapter. They didn't require huge effort, just consistent choice. If Margaret's story resonates, imagine what one intention could do for you, whether it's nurturing relationships, pursuing forgotten passion, or simply being more present. This step transforms vague hopes into actionable direction, ensuring your days add up to the future you envision. The final step in the morning reflection is to spend a couple of minutes visualizing your best self. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and picture yourself navigating the day ahead with confidence, grace, and purpose. See yourself handling any challenges that arise, perhaps a difficult conversation with a family member or a moment of physical discomfort, with calm and wisdom. Envision the positive outcomes, smiling at a neighbor, enjoying a walk in park, or feeling accomplished after completing your intention. Make it sensory. Feel the warmth, hear the laughter, sense the inner peace. This is a mere fantasy. It's a proven technique rooted in neuroscience. Visualization activates the same brain regions as actual experiences, priming you to make choices that align with that ideal version of yourself. It builds mental resilience, especially valuable as we face the realities of aging, like health concerns or life transitions. For a relatable example, consider John, a 60-year-old accountant from Chicago. John had always been a worrier, stressed about finances, family dynamics, and his impending retirement. Meetings at work left him anxious, and he'd replay mistakes in his mind at night. When he learned about visualization, he incorporated it into his mornings. He'd imagine himself speaking clearly in a team discussion, staying composed under pressure, and ending the day with a sense of achievement. At first, it felt silly, but persistence paid off. Soon, John noticed real changes. He contributed more ideas at work, handled stress better, and even received a promotion he hadn't anticipated. Outside the office, he applied it to personal life, visualizing patient interactions with his grown children, leading to deeper connections. John's transformation shows how visualization bridges the gap between intention and action, turning aspirations into habits. If you've ever doubted your ability to change, this step can rebuild that belief, one mental rehearsal at a time. As we wrap up, I invite you to pause for a quiet moment and reflect on what you've just heard. Imagine incorporating this morning reflection, gratitude, intention, and visualization into your daily life. What might shift for you? How could these small, consistent acts ripple out to create a future filled with more purpose, connection, and contentment? Remember Susan, Tom, Margaret, and John. They all started where you might be now, feeling stuck or uncertain, but they took that first step, and it changed everything. This ritual isn't about perfection. It's about progress, about honoring yourself each day. So, what's one thing from this video that stands out to you? Maybe it's the power of gratitude, the clarity of an intention, or the magic of visualization. Share in the comments below. I read every one, and your insights inspire me and others. If this has resonated, please give a like to let me know. Subscribe for more gentle guidance on living fully in our later years, and share with a friend or family member who could use a nudge toward positive change. Every like, subscribe, and share extends a circle of encouragement, helping us all build lives rich with meaning. Thank you for spending this time with me. Here's to your brighter future, one morning at a time.